Welcome back. CP Trades here, back with another trade recap for you guys. Today we took 2 trades on Eval. First trade got stopped out at break even, the second one went full TP. And yeah, let's look into them. But before we start, I just want to go over my bias for today. Coming into the morning, I was pretty bullish because, as I mentioned in the weekly outlook from Sunday, I either wanted to see if we can close above this daily fair value gap or not. If we manage to close above it, I would be bullish with near all-time highs as drawn liquidity. But if we would respect it and this plays back inside the range, my drawn liquidity would have become these equal lows here. And yeah, as we see, we have displaced through the daily fair value gap, closed above, so my drawn liquidity is all-time highs right now. But I was a bit more cautious because we have opened up this pretty significant volume daily liquidity void. Yeah, that's why there's still a narrative for shorts, but that didn't really bother me because we don't have the structure yet to confirm that we are going here. Of course, I would like to see us coming here before going to all-time highs, but there's not structure yet. We might get it right now. We might form the structure as of now, but we still have to wait. We still have to wait for structure to confirm itself. So that's why my bullish initially was my bias was initially bullish, and going into market open, we got a sweep of this almost perfectly equal lows. There were just a half point apart from each other, these lows, but that's fine enough for me. We had this bearish SMT, but that didn't really mean nothing to me. We need more structure to confirm these kind of SMTs. And yeah, going into market open, we got a sweep of these equal lows here with a pretty nice reaction. And my idea was, oh, I forgot to mention, we also got a SMT right here, so that amplifies the bullishness. And my idea was that we could potentially get a retracement at least into this nice bearish 50-minute fair value gap. That was my idea. So as long as we don't tap this bearish 50-minute FVJ, we can take longs. And as soon as we tap this one, I would have gone break even. That was my game plan. And yeah, I was waiting a lot for internal confirmation. We got a sweep here and also a nice internal SMT here. As you can see, ES has not swept this low out, but NQ'd it, so we have another internal SMT. And right here, we had to wait for a inverse fair value gap here if we fall long, but yeah, that would look like that. But I didn't really wanted to wait for the inverse fair value gap because we had so nice displacement. That's because I entered a bit prematurely with new highs as drawn liquidity, but my break even point would have been this right here. I would have went break even as soon as we tap the 50-minute bearish FVJ. That was my plan. I went long about here, still respecting the bearish fair value gap, so that's something we would have needed to keep in mind. So we went in, got some drawdown a few times, but then we got nice displacement up, we tapped the 15-minute FVJ, and then we went break even about here. So yeah, my idea was if we are really bullish, we should keep going and inverse this 15-minute FVJ. But if we would be bearish, we should get stopped out at break even. So that was the worst case. So I let the price play out and see what it gives me. And yeah, I got stopped out break even, but that stop out led us to my second trade idea. As we can see, we are respecting this 15-minute FVJ really significantly. I mean, really nice candle here. And we also closed inside this candle range. So if you are familiar with candle range theory, if we get a sweep and close inside the candle range, we should go to the opposing liquidity pool, which is this candle range low. So that gave me some narrative for shorts. And also, if we take a look at ES, we can see that we have, at that point of time, we have formed pretty significant low resistance liquidity. I mean, look at this pretty beautiful trendline liquidity here. And I wanted to see all of this liquidity get taken out once, one big move. So that also amplified my bearish idea. And yeah, that's where I zoomed in. We got our narrative, so we gotta zoom in, find some structure to short, and yeah, that's where this 5-minute fair value gap opened up. What I wanted to see is to get a tap of this one, then some internal confirmation, which then could allow us to short this to these lows here, to the candle range low. So that was my idea, but we unfortunately got the inverse of this 5-minute FVJ. That was the point of time where I said, yeah, okay, I don't gonna trade on my XFAs, on my funded accounts, but I would consider a trade. I would still consider a trade if we would have gotten a inverse of this important fair value gap here. Why is this fair value gap important? Because we already tapped it and reacted significantly off of it. And there's no reason to come back here and inverse this one. So my idea was, okay, XFAs, they won't get traded, but there's a chance if we get an inverse of this fair value gap here that we could take some eval shorts. Yeah, that was my idea. I set it up before we took the trade. That would be my break-even point here. So yeah, then we just gotta wait, and then bam, we get a pretty nice inverse fair value gap. That's where we hopped in shorts, and yeah, pretty strong displacement immediately after. We went break even here and let the price play out, and boom, we went full TP here. Yeah, I gotta prove my executions, of course. I mean, you know, I'm striving to become the most transparent trader in the trading space. So that's because you, of course, will see some execution labels here. As you can see, these are not fake. So that's my first trade, which got stopped out break even after tapping the 15-minute FVJ. That's my second trade. Right after inversing the 1-minute FVJ here, I hopped in shorts and rolled it all the way back down to the slow here. And yeah, got out of market, got off out of the market. Yeah, yeah, guys, that's the full breakdown of my 2 trades. Let me know if you guys have taken something, some knowledge, which you can then apply for your trading. Yeah, but what I want to see now is, as I said, best case scenario would be if we go back all the way back down here, which could make sense if we get some FOMC volatility tomorrow. Like back up here, some more retracement, then the last real push to the upside. But yeah, let's see. I won't trade tomorrow because there's FOMC in the PM session, and the AM session tends to be a lot more choppy, having FOMC in the PM session. So no, I won't trade tomorrow. Also not the PM session. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Stay safe, stay clean, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.